Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa Mitchell, Executive Director of Town Hall Theatre. We thank you for joining us for this performance of Young Traditions Touring Group this evening. While the pandemic has taken a toll on things like touring, Young Traditions has remained hard at work under the leadership of Executive Director Mark Sustick and his talented team. This group has packed the house at THT in the past and will again, and we're thrilled to share them with you tonight virtually. I'm also pleased to announce that Young Traditions Youth Commission will be playing on the top of Town Hall Theater steps on May 1st as part of a daytime downtown artist market. We hope to see you there too. The resiliency, creativity, and hard work of the young people you see tonight is astonishing and shows the arts will find a way to survive and even thrive under the most difficult of circumstances. Artistic leadership is also important in cultivating the next generation of artists, and this is something that this organization does brilliantly. I'd like to give a special thanks to Mary Longy. Without her digital savvy and the collaboration of Oliver Scanlon, this evening would not be possible. Enjoy the show, and without further ado, I'll give the floor to Mark Sustick, Executive Director of Young Traditions.
All right, thank you very much. It's really great to be here.30 you, Lisa. I am Mark Sustick. I'm Executive Director of Young Tradition Vermont, which is an organization that has around 30 programs. And the touring group is one of them. We're really glad to be here in this way. We'd like to be there in person, but this is the closest we can get at this point. We've been extremely well supported by Mary and Lisa and everyone else at the Town Hall Theater. You've got a jewel of a place and a jewel of a group of people there. Really a treasure. I'm sure you all know that if you are from that community. This project originated in the early 2000s with a couple of trips by a group called Fiddleheads, which is another one of Young Tradition Vermont's programs, including going to the Irish Arts Week at in the Catskills of New York State, and also to one of Jerry Holland's Fiddle Weeks in Inverness, Cape Breton. We then hosted a visit by, 45 teen musicians from Northumberland and England in 2012 and 2013. At the end of their last visit with us, they challenged us to visit them. That was really the seed that got this whole thing started. We did that England visit in 2014 and have since done tours that have taken us to Ireland, to Cape Breton, New Brunswick, Japan, Scotland, Metro New York, and New Jersey. And our last two trips were interrupted by travel restrictions related to the virus, but it hasn't stopped us from rehearsing, creating a performance program, which you're about to see in here, and doing virtual tours. Our virtual tour this year is going to take us to Canada, to Ireland, Scotland, England, Sweden, Japan, starting just 2 weeks from tomorrow. Hope you enjoy what you're about to see in here. The group has been working with artist leader Oliver Scanlon, who you'll meet shortly, and youth leaders Hilary, Menegaz, Weitzner, and Fern Tamagini-O'Donnell, who you'll also meet shortly, since last September. I think you're going to be impressed if you haven't seen them before. First up, though, is an opening set by the Youth Commission, another of Young Tradition Vermont's 30 programs, led by Maeve Fairfax, this year's commissioned artist. So I'll turn this over to Maeve.
Hi, I'm Maeve Fairfax, and I'm the leader of the 2020-2021 Young Tradition Youth Commission. This was an idea that Mark got from a youth group in Scotland, and basically a young artist is chosen every year to create an ensemble that is then charged with representing Young Tradition Vermont at events and also completing a final project. The other members of this year's commission are also in the touring group. They are Emmy Zelis, Hadley Stockwell, Anya Hardy-Mattel, and Ben Munkras. We've gotten our music from a series of artist mentors who are adult musicians in the community who have agreed to teach us music. Dominique Dodge, Deb Flanders, Morris Miley, and we've been lucky enough to have Pete Sutherland as our mentor throughout the entire project, thanks to the Folklife Center's apprenticeship grant. I think you're going to hear from Pete a little bit later. Right now we are rehearsing outside, socially distant, and working towards recording an EP and preparing for a couple of outdoor performances, like the one on May 1st on the steps of the Town Hall Theatre. The song that you're about to hear is The Devil's Nine Questions. It is a ballad that we learned from Morris Miley. It's from the Appalachian Mountains, and it's a conversation between the devil and a teenage girl. The video was filmed when we were completely remote this winter, thanks to Ben Munkras. And yeah, I think we're ready. Here we go. Enjoy.
Answer my questions 9, sing 99 and 90. For you're not God's, you're one of mine, and you were the weaver's body. What is whiter than the milk? Sing 99 and 90. And what is softer than the silk? And you were the weaver's body. Snow is whiter than the milk. Sing 99 and 90. And down is softer than the silk. And I am the weaver's body. What is higher than a tree? Sing 99 and 90. And what is deeper than the sea? And you are the weaver's body. Heaven's higher than a tree. Sing 99 and 90. And hell is deeper than the sea. And I am the weaver's body. What is louder than a horn? Sing 99 and 90. And what is sharper than a thorn? And you were the weaver's body. Thunder's louder than a horn. Sing 99 and 90. And death is sharper than a thorn. And I am the weaver's body. What's more innocent than a lamb? Sing 99 and 90. And what is meaner than womankind? And you are the weaver's body. Babes more innocent than a lamb. Sing 99 and 90. And the devil is meaner than womankind. And I am the weaver's body. You have answered my questions 9. Sing 99 and 90. And you are God's, you're none of mine. And you are the weaver's body.
Thanks, Maeve and the Youth Commission. That was lovely. My name's Oliver Scanlon, and I am the artist leader for this year's touring group. I'm 25 years old, and I live in South Burlington. And if I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over tomorrow, I would host a huge contra dance. I don't know, somewhere, I don't know, and I would have a great time. I have one thing I miss. As I mentioned, I'm the artist leader for this year's group. So I put together the music that you'll hear for the rest of this program, and along with the help of our two fine young youth artist leaders who you will hear in a bit, coming right up after me. I've had a great time working this year with such a resilient group of kids through Zoom entirely, which is, as we all know, is nothing to scoff at, really. It's been difficult and been a lot of work, but I hope they have gotten as much out of it as I have, and they're doing really, really good, despite it all. So I'm going to play you a bit of a tune here, and I've brought with me former artist leader and my bandmate of a long time, Mr. Pete Sutherland, to join me a little bit on some tunes. What do you think,
Glad
Pete?
to be here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and great to see you all.
yeah. So here's a couple of tunes. I'm trying to keep the theme going of tunes that I've learned in association with the touring group. So this first Québécois tune, the touring group learned from none other than André Brunet,
Yes, sir.
when he taught us a couple of tunes at the LA Long Music Center, and this is one of them. It's called The Plaid Took,
Yep.
or Look Took Plaid, and then we'll go into another reel called The Little Boy's Reel.
All right, I got you.
Hit me.
Well played, mon ami.
Thanks much. And I'll just, before we jump over to our first youth leader, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mark Sustick, of course, who has just gone to such incredible lengths to make this year's touring group work through every means, and also thanks to Lisa and to Mary for hosting tonight. So, without further ado, thank you. I pass this fiddle to Hilary.
Okay, I think I got it. All right, right here. Thank you very much, Oliver. I am Hilary. I am 17, and I am from Brattleboro, Vermont. I'm one of 2 youth artist leaders here, and I'm super honored to have been given the opportunity to work alongside Oliver and Fern, and of course all of the awesome touring group members who are really pulling through this year. It's been quite the experience for all of us, and I'm really grateful to have this opportunity because it's not often that I get to even play music with people since this pandemic. So it's been a really spot of light in a darker time. Yeah, and if I had $10,000, well, there's a lot of things I'd do if I had $10,000, but more importantly, if the pandemic was over, I think also similar to Oliver, I've really been missing dances and particularly playing for dances. So I would book about 100 Flurry tickets in advance for the Flurry Festival, maybe. I don't know. I'd love to travel. I'd love to just be with friends again, which is something I miss a lot. Yeah, so for music, tonight I'm going to be playing a waltz, which I learned from a fiddler out of Boston. Her name is Hanukkah Castle, and she's kind of like one of my idols. She's really cool. You should check her music out. This is called De Oppresso Liber. I'm not exactly sure what language that's in, but it's a very sweet tune, and it's a little bit of a slower one for you, so I hope you enjoy. I think it got out of tune a little bit when you were giving it to me, Oliver. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pass this one on to Fern. Hopefully it won't be too clunky after that. But here you go, Fern.
All right, I think it's all good. Sounds good to me. All right, hello. My name's Fern Tamagini-O'Donnell, and like both Hilary and Oliver have said, I am one of the youth leaders this year. So, I mean, it's been amazing getting to work with everyone here, and I'm really grateful for Mark for giving me this opportunity, and I'm really grateful to get a chance to work with both Hilary and Oliver and play some music with kids, with other kids, even if that, it's not in person. And it's a bright light in a dark time is what I'm trying to get at here. So anyway, the tune I'm going to play is it's an Irish tune. It's a hornpipe called Galway Bay, and it's an excellent tune, and I learned this. I learned this from the playing of Colm Gannon, who is a accordion player who I used to run into sessions at a lot. But I learned this from his playing with a little assistance from my teacher, Laurel Martin. But I'd heard it around enough. It's a fairly popular tune, so I'd heard it enough that it was fairly simple to pick up. And so, yeah, I'll play it for you. Thank you all for coming, and thank you to Mark and Hilary and Oliver and all the rest of the group for being awesome. So, here we go. This is Galway Bay. So that was the Galway Bay. And I realized as I was playing that I did not get a chance to tell you all what I would do if the pandemic ended tomorrow and I had $10,000 in my pocket. So what I think I would do is I would go see a bunch of friends, first of all, and then take a trip to Ireland to play some music with people and see some sights and travel a little bit since I've been cooped up at home so much. So next on the program, we're going to do a set that I helped put together for this touring group. And we've taken videos of the group members playing this all individually, and the awesome Mark Zelis has edited them all together for us as one video. So that's the performance you're going to watch. This set is made up of 3 Irish tunes. The first one is a slip jig called Fig for a Kiss, which I love. The second one is a jig called the Burning Snowball, which was written by the flutist and fiddle player Johnny McCarthy, which I also love. And then the last one is a reel called Castle Kelly, which is awesome and I also love. So here we go. This is the Castle Kelly set. I hope you enjoy.
All right. That is great. Thank you. Never tire of seeing that. It's more fun each time, actually. Big shout out to Mark Zelis, who you'll meet shortly, for putting that video together. Okay, so you've met our artist leaders, Oliver, Hilary, and Fern. A little bit about the Youth Commission to start, and our always friend and guest, Pete Sutherland. Now let's meet the individual group members, the folks you just saw in the video. And we're going to do some individual introductions. Everyone's going to say their first and last name, their age, the instrument they're playing tonight, or the instruments in that case, the town and state or province that they live in. And then, like the artist leaders, the first thing they would do if the pandemic were to end immediately and they had $10,000 in their pocket. I think we get started with Emmy.
Hello, my name is Emmy Zelis. I am living in Castleton, Vermont. I am 17 years old. In the touring group, I am playing fiddle and mandolin. And if the pandemic was over tomorrow and I had $10,000, I'd probably just take a bunch of friends and family out to eat at an actual restaurant.
Hi everyone, my name is Stella. I am 16 years old. I live in Shelburne, Vermont. And I play fiddle. And if the pandemic were to end tomorrow and I had $10,000, I would go hiking in Colorado with a bunch of friends. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ava White. I'm 16 years old and I'm from South Burlington, Vermont. And if the pandemic were to end tomorrow and I had $10,000, I would definitely travel wherever I could go.
Hi, I'm Maeve Fairfax. I'm from Burlington, Vermont. In these videos, I play penny whistle and fiddle. I'm 17 years old, and if the pandemic was over and I had $10,000, I would want to travel as much as possible.
Hi, I'm Julian Fanfax. I'm Maeve's sister. I also live in Burlington, Vermont. I'm 14 years old. I play fiddle and guitar. And yeah, I was gonna say travel too, probably somewhere tropical because it's kind of cold right now.
Hi, my name is Sammy Wetstein. I play cello in the touring group and I'm currently a senior. I'm from Simsbury, Connecticut. And if the pandemic were to end and I had $10,000, I think I would also say I would travel and I just go around the world, just learning about lots of different cultures and sort of visiting lots of different places and seeing what their music was like. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Anya Hardy-Mattel. I am 17 years old and I live in East Middlebury, Vermont. I play the fiddle and the flute. And if the pandemic were over tomorrow and I had $10,000, this is a familiar refrain, but I would definitely travel. Probably I would love to go traveling around Europe and also go to visit Peru. And yeah, just see family and friends and eat a lot of good food. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Emmett Stowell. I am 12 years old. I live in Warren, Vermont, and I play the banjo and the piano in the touring group. If I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over, I'd probably buy a VW bus and go around Canada, all different spots like Quebec and Cape Breton. Yeah.
I'm Fiona Stoll. I live with him. I'm his sister. We're not roommates, we're siblings. I am 15, and if did I say all the things? I think I said all the things. If the pandemic were to end and I were to have $10,000 in my pocket, this seems to be the theme of the night, but I would travel as far and wide as possible and go to as many places and see and play as much music as possible until the $10,000 ran out. I think that would be pretty fun.
My name is Zoe Slider. I'm from Burlington, Vermont. I play the fiddle. I'm 12 years old, and if I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over, I'd probably just hang out with my friends and just go wherever I want with them.
Hi, my name's Lila Eingar Lehmann. I'm also from Burlington, Vermont. I'm 18 years old and I play guitar in the touring group. And if I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over, I would probably want to take a trip to Europe. But first, I would buy a bunch of new dresses and skirts and some dance shoes and go attend the contra dance that Oliver said he would host because I really miss contra dancing.
Hi, I'm Hadley Stockwell. I'm 16 and I live in Charlotte, Vermont. I play the fiddle in the touring group. And if the pandemic was over and I had $10,000, I would travel around Europe with all of my friends.
Hi, I am Owen Kennedy. I am 15. I play the fiddle. And I live in Winthrop, Maine. If I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over tomorrow, I think I would probably book some tickets to Shetland and play in some sessions there.
Hi, my name is Millie Chadwick. I am 14 years old. I'm from Peterborough, Ontario, and I play the fiddle in the touring group. And if I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over tomorrow, I would host a festival and invite different artists from around the world to come play and just a whole bunch of people to come enjoy the music and have square dancing and story sets and stuff. And I think that'd be really fun.
My name is Ben Munkras. I am from Cornwall, Vermont. I'm 17 years old. This year in the touring group, I'm playing piano and accordion. And if there was no pandemic and I had $10,000 burning a hole in my pocket, as many other people have been saying, I would definitely want to do some traveling and hopefully play a lot of music along those travels and also probably buy a new accordion.
Hi, I'm Bjorn. I'm 13 years old. I live in Burlington, Vermont. And if the pandemic was over and I had $10,000, I would visit friends and family close and far.
Hello, I'm Aiden Palmer. I'm 19 years old and I live in Williston, Vermont. I play viola in the touring group. And if I had $10,000 in my pocket and the pandemic ended tomorrow, I think I would like to go to Hawaii and do monk seal rescue.
Hi, my name is Isabella Rotler. I'm 14 years old. I play fiddle in the touring group and I live in Burlington, Vermont. If I had $10,000, I would probably go to the U.S. Virgin Islands with my best friend who I haven't seen in over a year. And I would also go on a little shopping spree with her too.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bolton. I live in Cornwall, Vermont, and I am old enough that you can guess my age. And if I had $10,000 and the pandemic was over, I would have organizations all over the world apply for grants to start an organization like Young Tradition Vermont. I've been involved with it for about 6 years, and it's a wonderful thing for people of all ages, especially teenagers.
Hi, I'm Mark Zelis. I'm over 20. I live in Belmont, Vermont, and I play the camera. If the pandemic was over and I had $10,000, I like the VW bus idea. Some sort of camper bus, load up the family and their friends, and we just travel the US.
Thanks, you guys. Those are some fun ideas. I think we should maybe, go on a real YTV tour. It sounds like everyone wants to go places and play music, so that's kind of what that's like, maybe just a little bit. Next up, we're going to have another video for you all of all the touring group members. This one is of a tune that Oliver brought to the group. It is called Down the Road, and it is a song in the old time style. But we took this song and we changed some of the lyrics to be more inclusive and more appropriate for the time, switching around some gender roles and some other fun lyrics about phones. So yeah, we've had a great time playing along with this one on Zoom, and now we actually have a video for it. Yeah, it's been very interesting learning these tunes on Zoom because there'll be one person playing and then everyone else is muted, but they're all playing at the same time, so it looks like we're all not playing at the same time, but hopefully we are. And this video can hopefully attest to that. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy and have a fun time dancing along in your kitchens or wherever you are. It's a real fun one. So we all miss dancing, and we can always get a little more of that at home. So enjoy.
So high, his hair is brown, just about the best thing in this town. Yes, every day and Sunday too, I go to see my pearly blue. Before you hear the rooster crow, you sing your head it down the
get the blues, I walk the soles right off my shoes. I don't know why I love her, so that gal of mine lives down the road.
staring at my phone, waiting to hear that good old tone. Here's ourselves to the farm, we'll go skipping there arm in arm. Well, when I reach that old front door, I come running from the store, carrying the cocoa, the sugar, and the flour, whip up a cake within the hour. Where I'm going, it's down the road. Get my partner on the line. You'll find me there most any old time.
All right, there you go. The 2021 Young Tradition Touring Group. That's the best thing that's happened to me all year. I don't know about you, but being part of this has really been great. Thank you for coming tonight. Appreciation to the Town Hall Theater. I want to acknowledge some of our sponsors. We have a sponsor banner that you'll see here shortly. These are folks who have made contributions financially and enthusiastically, families, friends, neighbors, organizations, businesses, etc. Big shout out to all of them, and all the folks that aren't on the list yet. You're welcome to join this list if you'd like. Get a hold of the Town Hall Theater. They can tell you how to do that. So thank you again. everyone, cameras on. We're going to give you a big wave. Good night. Be well. Hope to see you again in person sometime soon. Bye.